one lizard man, and his eyes just, you see his eyes got big, like, oh,
said the wrong shit.
yeah. Shit, I'm about to get at the worst because I started this shit. Come on, man. Come on, it's cool, man. Come on now.
Oh, he busted a bottle over his head.
Oh, that's right. Hey, man, you know I was just playing, man.
Oh, man. Yeah. Somebody threw something at you.
Boy, them effects are great right there.
Yeah.
Double Toasted Live has 2 more dates left on its tour, going to be in Orlando and Dallas. Join us for a full night of comedy and games, and if you get your tickets now, get 15% off the regular price. Get your tickets by going to x1entertainment.com, and we'll see you soon. Let's go ahead and get into this right here, people, and for the last 4 weeks, we have dedicated a segment of the show to a chapter of the Book of Boba Fett. Now on chapter 4.
I intend to rule with respect.
And boredom. You know, people, I'm saying this not to say that I've been bored by the show. I have not really been completely bored by the show. It's just as a whole, it has not been working for me. And I'm going to be honest with you. This character of Boba Fett that everybody loves and everybody's been wanting and everybody is hoping that we actually get more development from, still on the fence on how I feel about this character, man, as far as having his own show. So we started out with the show, and you and I had 2 different, chapter 1. You and I had 2 different opinions about it. You were okay with it. I really enjoyed it. And then the second episode, now you said I liked it better than the first episode. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I liked it
because it had the train heist.
Oh yeah, it did. But those were parts of the flashbacks. I said the flashbacks were really the thing that I liked the most.
Yeah.
I said the stuff that they're setting up, I've always been kind of iffy about.
Critical about the stuff that's happening in real time.
The present time, whatever that is for this story here.
Yeah.
And then the episode from last week came out. That is the big, what some people are calling the big Power Rangers episode. Mm-hmm. When everybody's on them fruit-colored bikes out there.
Right.
And that was the one where everybody's like, all right, you know what? I don't know how I feel about this. That was a really lousy episode. That was the one where, again, the flashbacks were starting to fill off pace. They had these characters in there that just seemed like they were there to appeal to young people. They had, a lot of scenes that felt like a cartoon.
Yeah, cartoon. A lot of things are just everyone moving really slowly. Everything that's supposed to be action was unimpressive.
The
chase scene was slow. The fight was kind of plodding.
So, when you get down to it, man, look, I said this in the beginning, and I really did not want to come back to making this comparison. But I said it before, and after not saying it for a while, holding off, I'm going to say it again. Mandalorian already did what Boba Fett should have been.
You must reunite it with its own kind. Order of sorcerers called Jedi.
The Mandalorian, when I saw this, I thought, man, this is, I even wondered, I said, what are they going to do with Boba Fett? Because this feels like this should be a Boba Fett show. Mm-hmm. When watching this, it has everything that I thought that Boba Fett as a property or as a show should have had. And as a character, it has the format, the lone gunslinger, which could be a bounty hunter or anything. It has the attitude, and it has the costume. It's pretty much, it's Mandalorian armor, whatever. That's pretty much a Boba Fett.
Beskar, but
yeah, exactly. But it looks like Boba Fett.
It looks like Boba Fett.
And that's why people even thought like, I guess they're not doing a Boba Fett show because, well, we already doing one right here. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you, there's 2 ways of looking at this, man. One, as far as the Book of Boba Fett, I think one way of looking at this is, all right, you're looking at it as a Boba Fett show. You're looking at the character. And with this, I'm thinking that a couple of problems that I have here. It feels unnatural how this character has developed, man. This character, I think, is starting to feel more manufactured for the fans. What everybody says, well, this character was not what it was when people started loving it. It was a totally different thing. We don't even know if George Lucas had plans for it. At one time he said, well, after the fans started loving it, I'm making gonna make him the villain of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm starting to feel now like the character is being manufactured for the fans to be marketable, to be safe.
Yeah.
I think he's a soft, good guy, man. So no one has to feel awkward about liking him. And plus, of course, they want to make him more kid friendly because that's kind of where Star Wars has gone in a lot of places here.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this because there was a lot going on with Boba Fett before that made him popular, and the character of Boba Fett is not what he is now.
So what was he? Like when you say that?
Well, I got some examples here. So before, he was considered to be this badass, cold-hearted bounty hunter. And that's why he was so good at his job, because he felt little emotion. He was all about the job and bringing people in, and he was supposedly so good at his job that he was dangerous on a legendary level. Now, you can see that with some examples that they've made. Or that they've done in the past. You can see how this character was a totally different thing before they tried to retcon him into what he is now. Looking at that first animated premiere of Boba Fett, which is officially the first time we see Boba Fett from the Christmas special, and comparing him, you can use one example from that animated segment, which I think is badass, by the way. Everybody talks about the Christmas special, and there's how all of it's like no good and people just make fun of it. That animated episode or that segment was the best thing from it, and it was actually truly good. But if you look at how Boba Fett is in that animated segment and take one specific part and compare that to a couple of parts that we see in this show, you'll see how do we progress from that to this. If you look at how he treats animals and how he in that special and how he treats animals in the show, you'll see a stark difference.
How far away?
Settle down.
Oh shit! Wait a minute, hold on.
Like space goes coast to coast or something.
I know. I was like, it's supposed to be moving. Hold on. I don't know what happened.
How far away?
Settle down. All they do is eat.
This is all we have, but he's welcome to it.
You are foolish to waste your kindness on this dumb creature.
This is him abusing this animal right here, calling it a dumb creature. And not that I want to see animals abused, real or fictional, but if you see how he treats animals there compared to how he starts to treat animals on this show.
It's time to say farewell, my friend. You served me well. Yes, I know.
Think about how every creature that he gets, I talked about this last week, every creature he gets is like a person that gets a new puppy.
Yeah.
You like this?
Like I said, I don't want to see animals abused, and I can understand if that character grew to be a better person and grew to treat creatures and whatnot better, but I don't think that we've seen that progression.
Right.
Because the character of Boba Fett there's been so many versions where they've tried to bring this character to the forefront because he's a fan favorite. They have all the stuff that he's done in comic books. They got all the stuff that he's done in novels. They got all the stuff that he's done like on Clone Wars and all this kind of stuff. And all of this stuff has kind of been everywhere. There's been no real consistency or progression or consistency within the progression to see where he got from being a cold-hearted bounty hunter to now this lovable guy who likes to treat animals like dogs and cats.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. No, that's something I've complained about with lots of things. Whenever they take a villain or an anti-hero and try to make them a hero, they always they soften them so much to the point where I'm like, I don't even recognize who this was anymore. Yeah. But hey, it fits your agenda of making them likable and selling toys and merchandise.
Star Wars, and I'm going to repeat this again later, Star Wars is that property where, it gets a lot of strong feelings from people out there. People are either just extremely loyal to the property, no matter what, they just love it, and they're going to defend it no matter what, that's fine. And there's people who are like, I'm done with Star Wars. I hate Star Wars. I never liked Star Wars. I'm not either one of those people. I'm just telling you how I feel. If this is working for you, fine. But this is not working for me because of the way this character is, man.
Yeah.
I really feel like this is the series where they're trying to, they really are. I'm not saying you can't make this character a better person, but I just don't feel like it's happening naturally.
So coming into this, it just so much of him being around. This has felt like, I'm not saying it feels like a fan film, but it feels like it's run by fans people who are so immersed in what this character was. They go like, yeah, but now look at what we're doing, how we're evolving him. And for me, it's like, well, I never saw him in phase one. My phase one of him is never what you were talking about. So this movement that you're doing is kind of wasted on me. I just see a guy who's coming in like he's supposed to be a badass. He's an older dude who, I mean, he could probably beat my ass, but he don't look like he's like as tough as y'all say. He's moving awfully slow, and he's trying to be a big teddy bear and be nice to everybody. And with this episode, I did like this episode. I liked it a whole lot more than last week's. Matter of fact, I'm feeling like, okay, is this every other thing, or is it just every episode not directed by Robert Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Because this one didn't feel so much like a cartoon. It felt like the flashbacks are really coming into like, okay, this is how he met Finnick, and it really lays out his plan in a way where I go like, okay, now I can kind of see where you're going with this. So rather than me going like, man, we 4 episodes in, whatever you're saying is not working. So it came together more, but I can tell you this, I almost showed up here tonight not having watched this episode because I forgot the show comes on because I'm just not that excited about it.
Yeah, well, I'm getting to where you are, where I'm not that excited about it, and I've been eagerly trying to watch every episode. My other point with Boba Fett, why it's not working for me, is that, and you already kind of covered this with what you're saying, but you know, the character has never been able to live up to its legend.
Yes.
In my opinion. We always talk about how badass he is, and we never really got to see him do anything badass early on, maybe. You know, now later on, maybe in Clone Wars or something, you know, there's been some things, comic books, I'm sure he's done some badass things. But the real thing that made him what he is was the mystery, the allure. You know, that was another thing. We didn't know what he looked like.
Right.
You know, it was just a voice. It was a badass helmet. You know, he had some good weapons, and you know, and there was this mystery when we talked about all the cool things he does and how cold-hearted he was. That, you know, it's just kind of like with horror or something. It was left to our imagination, and we built it up bigger. And I never have really seen that character live up to that particular legend that everybody bragged about and everybody wanted.
No.
We have yet to see that ruthless side, and I'm not saying we have to see it now, but this turnaround that he's had to being a more peaceful and better person, more evolved, we haven't really seen enough of that ruthless asshole Boba Fett to really appreciate the better person that he is now.
Right.
It's like, why the fuck I give a, okay, cool. He's got a pet Rancor. Cool. Awesome.
I know.
You know, but I never, besides that Boba Fett moment in Star Wars, where I saw him beat that, you know, he's beating a brontosaurus' ass or something. It's like, all right. You know what? That was one time.
Yeah.
Cool. So I saw the two contrasting images, but I never had the in between. I never saw him going around ruthlessly killing people.
Right.
I never saw him going around, you know, ruthlessly bounty hunting. You know, so I'm not saying he can't evolve, but it means nothing if you don't see that lead up.
It especially hurts when we went through 2 seasons of The Mandalorian where he maintained his mystery. He showed what a badass he is.
Yeah.
And he still managed to be a gray area character that was, hey, likable and can be a hero. But at the same time, you know, hey, this dude could be capable of anything.
Yeah.
It came down to it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and the thing is, the show is telling us things that we need to see. Like they're telling us how, what's his girl's name?
Finnick.
Finnick. She's vocalizing like, oh, you know what? Yeah, the Tuskens, they made you a bitch, man.
Living with the Tuskens has made you soft.
So say that one more goddamn time. Say
Got
it.
some soft for you.
I'll get up from here in 5 minutes.
You know,
Rocking back and forth.
you know, that right there is, again, to me, that's a big tell not show moment.
Oh, there's lots of those.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you got soft. I wish I could actually see the point where he got soft. Yeah, I saw him prancing around with the Tusken Raiders and whatnot. But like I said, I haven't seen that cold-hearted side of him that made me say, yeah, you did get soft. Shit, he's been kind of soft the whole time for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, oh, you want to see? Oh, we're going to show you. And the whole thing with him, like, he's got to get revenge or take out those bikers that killed his whole family.
Yeah.
You know, we go through a lot to get his ship back, and you think, man, he's going to f these dudes up. Well, he flies with his ship, and he shoots them with some lasers.
Yeah.
And goes on by his business. Like, that's not really satisfying, really.
No.
That's easy.
You know, another way of looking at this is that, all right, let's just say you don't care about the character's past. You know, let's just say you come into this not knowing about the character, don't care about Boba Fett. You just want to see a cool Star Wars show, or just a cool show in general. You know, you just want to accept the character for what he is today. I can do that, but it's a Star Wars show with some nice action sometimes, but, you know, still with some problems.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I can't accept it just as a show. I'm not so, you know, hung up on what I want Boba Fett to be, or is it living up to what people say he should. I'm not, you know, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just looking at this objectively.
Sure. Well, looking at it objectively, I feel like we and a lot of people are just kind of skipping over the big obvious thing here. Is that you don't really have to have a plot-driven show if you have a character show. Boba Fett doesn't really have a personality.
No, he doesn't. No.
That's the big problem here. He's the star of this, and he's almost the least interesting character in this whole thing.
Yeah, and a lot of people say, you know, well, what makes you the authority on talking about Boba Fett over here? And I get that. I might not be a big bounty hunter going out there capturing space criminals and murderers and whatnot, but Martin, I hunt for bargains. I ruthlessly hunt for bargains out there, Martin. And, you know, that's why I want to tell people about Honey over here, honey.com. If you were somebody, first of all, somebody likes to shop online, because that's what I like to do. I love shopping online. I know, Martin, you love to go out there and mingle with the people. I do not. I want to sit up here. I love shopping for stuff online. I do
it all online now.
Yeah, man. I love when packages get delivered to the house. It's just like Christmas every day when I order something, man. And Honey, it's a free shopping tool. It searches the internet for promo codes and applies that best code or applies the best code for what you're looking for to your cart. So imagine that you're looking for something online, and you find it. You can be on Amazon or whatever, and if you have Honey installed, what it will do is it'll let you know if there's a cheaper price. Or what I like about it, when I'm about to get something, it says, hold up. They're pulling some game on you. This was actually cheaper. This was actually cheaper yesterday or a couple of days ago. If I were you, man, I would keep looking, or I would just wait. I would cool out if you can. And, you know, a lot of people always see about they hear about those promo codes. They see promo codes. You never find one. Well, this finds them for you and saves you a little time in work and finding those promo codes. A lot of people shopping on their phones now, just like my phone right here. And they have an app that you can activate on your phone and save it on the go. So if you like shopping online like I do, and you don't already have Honey installed, then you are completely missing out. Help us out and help yourself by going over to joinhoney.com/toasted and join Honey for free. Start getting those promo codes that'll make you a smarter and more satisfied shopper out there. Once again, I want to thank Honey for supporting this portion of the show, and I want to thank all of you for supporting us, especially those who go online and use that code and support us by joining Honey. First of all, you know, just to get more into the episode itself here, I will say that, let me see here. There are some things I think they did better, but it makes me also think like, well, you know, why didn't you do that last week? Why didn't you do that shit last week? Like your boy Chrysanthemum. You know, I don't know what those lizards said to him earlier. I don't know what they did to him.
He just didn't like them having a good time.
He was just pissed and said, you know what, if I'm not happy, no motherfucker in this bar is going to be happy. Mm-hmm. But if they did say something to him, it pissed him the hell off.
edge.
You know what? I like to think that you can tell who the one is who started it, because he went and looked at one dude, one lizard man, and his eyes just, you see his eyes got big, like, oh,
Said the wrong shit.
yeah. Shit, I'm about to get at the worst because I started this shit. Come on, man. Come on, it's cool, man. Come on now.
Oh, he busted a bottle over his head.
Oh, that's right. Hey, man, you know I was just playing, man.
Oh, man. Yeah. Somebody do something.
Boy, them effects are great right there.
Yeah.
The thing is, Chrysanthemum, so badass this episode. He's more ruthless than Boba Fett.
Oh, yeah.
Got up there and picked that lizard dude up. The one I hit with the bottom. He's like, which arm did you hit me with? He picked him up and tore that arm right off. Shit, tore it off so fast, blood didn't even have time to get there.
I love how she had negotiated with him, and him just like, hey, wipe your bar tab clean, let him go on about your business. Come on back tomorrow.
He's like, that's cool, but I'd rather do this shit.
Yeah, nah, I got money on me.
Yeah. I can pay for my own shit. Man, I'm about to pay you with this arm. Look at his eyes rolled up into his head. God damn.
my shit?
Yeah, that's the only thing. It's a Disney show, so you don't see no blood anywhere. It's like, come on, I can't even put no green blood down.
He's a lizard.
And he's
Maybe
a lizard,
it'll
it'll grow back. That's the implication, right?
Yeah. Why couldn't they do that last week, though?
I know.
When he had Boba Fett all hugged up, all booed up.
Yeah.
You know, how come he couldn't rip his do that?
Had to toss him around.
Yeah, had to toss him around. Him and the goddamn
the Junior Power Rangers.
Yeah, exactly. The Boba Fett gang.
I know. They look like they're gonna go out and solve crimes.
Yeah.
They just need a talking dog.
Yeah, the Boba Fett. Yeah, the Boba Fett apple dumpling gang.
Dumpling gang.
Yeah, man. Somebody said, which arm do you jack off with?
Yeah.
You know, that is I looked at that and I thought that was a cool scene. I really liked that. I wish they had done that last week to illustrate how cool this character is before he ran off like a bitch off in the sand.
Yeah. No. But that's the thing about Disney, and you warned us all of this when everyone said, no, Corey, this will be good. They're gonna pump a lot of money into our franchise. It'll be great. And it's like, nope, they're just neutering things back left and right.
Yeah.
Here's your big stack of cash, and here's where we clip your balls.
Did you notice the big cameo in this?
The big cameo.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about it, because if you don't know what it is, it might not take you out. But if you know who it is, it's something that can take you out of the show. Not that I minded it too much. I'm happy for the brother, but because I looked at it and I said, is that who I think it is? It was Thundercat. You familiar with Thundercat?
Oh, no. I saw his name in the credits, but I was like,
okay. Yeah, Thundercat is a musician, bassist. And I'm a big Thundercat fan. I had tickets to see his show, but we had to go to Chicago, so I wasn't able to go. But y'all know Thundercat. Dragon Ball Durag. Hold me close and let me squeeze Yeah, man, that's that. So if you watch the show, people, and you know Thundercat, then you probably recognize him in the show.
Oh, the tattoo guy.
The mod guy.
Okay, I was wondering because that was the one thing with that guy. I was like, this guy can't act. Why'd they hire him? Why'd they cast him in?
I would hate to say because I love Thundercat so much.
Aren't you a little old to be here?
But that one line, boy, that was boy. You had one line. One line.
Yeah.
But okay, that's what took me out.
Yeah.
Because at first I said, that Thundercat? And then when I heard him get that line, I was like, yeah, that's Thundercat.
Okay.
Because that's somebody who's not really an actor.
Right.
Incredible musician, amazing musician. But not the best actor in the world.
No.
Do y'all want to see that? Y'all, just in case everybody think we being assholes, I'll play it for you one more time.
Aren't you a little old to be here?
That's one line, y'all.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the guy has a huge personality. Maybe they should have given him more of a comedic thing or something.
He delivered that like an NBA player.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did.
And the way he turned around, like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Like he didn't really kind of turn around at the camera.
Where's the camera? Oh, hey.
It spoke of having done that take several times.
Oh, yeah.
If you know his music, because he does crazy things with bass to the point where, like, if you freeze frame, his fingers are like the pinky's way over here.
No.
and the thumbs way over here, and you're like, it's crazy what this guy does with his hands when it comes to playing the bass. But if you know the music, you're listening to this, you're thinking like, I think he even did the music for this. You know that.
No. That was the thing with this whole scene. This whole scene stood out because, well, one, your boy and delivery of that line, but that music, I was like, is this for another Matrix sequel? And it just kind of leaked over here.
It just that took me out.
Yeah,
took me out of the episode, man. I think everybody in this episode was kind of flat with personality.
Oh well, like with Fennec from the beginning, and you know Ming-Na, even with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has a lot of these. I'm a tight-lipped, stoic woman who just does my shit and gets the job done.
Yeah.
But if your two main characters are both stoic and tight-lipped, then you're like, all right, so where am I gonna get the actual humanity from?
Yeah.
And with all these other characters, like Jennifer Beals' character, I'm like, the little bit I see her, she's interesting. What's going on with her? Don't worry about it. She ain't coming back.
They always do her like that.
Yeah, she's there for like 15 seconds every other episode. The mayor's assistant. Oh, that guy's kind of cool. All right, well, I guess he's not coming back no more.
Yeah.
They just mentioned him in the past tense now.
And everybody keeps going to the damn bar, man. This same fucking bar. And we keep, because it's almost like they built this set and they really want to get their money's worth out of it. And this is what I meant by, it feels like it's just on repeat for a lot of things, or cycling through a lot of things.
It does. There's a lot of going back to that bar, hearing something and then leaving, and coming back and getting a couple sentences and then leaving.
I don't mind her being so stoic, man, but Boba Fett, without having the personality, because he's pretty flat. I mean, you give him a Rancor, that motherfucker comes to life. But
I know.
As far as his character with everything else, like that scene where he was supposed to be taking out the bikers, that should have been a scene where there should have been some emotion.
Right. But there was nothing personal about it.
Because it looks cool.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought the biker gang motif, I thought that was a little on the nose and silly, but I thought it was cool. But when he went in there and started blowing them up, I was like, man, there was nothing behind it. And that's the way he is with everything. He looked like he was just playing a video game.
Yeah.
Not that I'm trying to complain. My point by looking at this is that there's some good things in here, and then there's some that aren't, and that might be to me. But it just all comes down to I'm just not into this show, man. And they're doing some really cool things here. And there's some really nice things in it. Like that scene looked cool. I don't think they had the emotion behind it because that's a revenge scene.
Yeah.
And I got nothing from it.
Nothing from it, yeah.
And I was looking forward to him going and getting those bikers. Those are the bikers that killed the Tusken Raiders, his tribe that adopted him.
Yeah.
But things like, I thought he had killed that Sarlacc. And I thought that was a cool scene when he had to go back and look for his armor. And again, that was kind of like a little...
I thought it was a cool scene.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's a little horror scene in a way because, you're going into this dark tunnel, which is the stomach of a man-eating creature, and I thought that was cool. The Sarlacc, I like the way they developed that more. And I like the way it was resilient too. When the way they blew it up, I thought that was pretty cool. The Sarlacc is something where then he never got his armor back. Right. Scene, so he has to go back.
Yeah, he went down in there. He's like, couldn't find it. It's gone.
Yeah.
So because this episode feels like, okay, we're at the end of the flashbacks, but it's like, wait, he didn't get the armor, so we still got to see how he got the armor back.
Yeah, well, I think he's got to go back because I do like the way they killed the Sarlacc. I thought he had killed it before. It was cool to see it was still alive. Plus, that Sarlacc, I never liked that creature, man. I don't know why. Something about that Sarlacc pisses me off,
it's
man.
just living there. If you're stupid enough to get down in it, it's gonna eat you.
No, that's personal, man. I don't like it.
Fire in the hole.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, and this is childish what I'm about to say, but I'm just gonna say it. Kind of nasty, but I remember I just woke up with this girl, and she farted,
no.
and it didn't even sound human. It sounded like the way I described it sounded like somebody hit the backboard of a basketball goal, and it sounded just like this. Even she woke up. She's like, Did I? And I was like, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
No. now I have to kill you.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, I never want to see you again. So she's like, was that me? I'm like, yeah, that was you.
I gotta get out of here.
Slam.
Yeah, that shit was.
Fuck you think?
That shit was rough. It's like when Homer Simpson burps and his mouth vibrates.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine her ass looked like when it
flapping.
When it flapping, yeah, vibrating. Because even I was like, what the woke me up. I don't mind them doing this. I don't mind them doing this with certain things, but I and it's just me. It's not going to bother some people, but with me thinking that this was going to be a crime show with a badass protagonist, I just thought it would be just a little bit edgier. But man, we really are getting to the point where we got to make this, got to fill it with all these droid jokes, man. And then that's when it turns into a cartoon.
Yeah.
They have a segment in here where they did it again. Under a whole Tom and Jerry chase scene.
No.
This droid, it was a rat droid. And he's running around. Shit, Boba Fett looking like Tom and that robot looking like Jerry. And they got to show you all the time that everything's gonna be okay. They were cooking those frogs, boiling those frogs.
I know.
When they knocked one back in the pot, and I said, you know what? They're gonna show them getting away.
Yeah.
Where'd you? What the fuck?
Yeah, I hate Mises to pieces.
I was like, okay, I mean, it's not as bad as what they did last week, but I'm just.
It's not as bad as that. I get what you're saying. I kind of had fun with that scene, especially that when he caught, he just turned himself off. He
committed suicide.
He went, tick.
Now you're going to give you the satisfaction, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
But he came back. That's another thing. Couldn't even let him stay dead.
I didn't even think he committed suicide. I just figured he's just like, I'm going to turn myself off.
Yeah.
You can't hurt me now.
Yeah, I know people like I'm not fond of this stuff. Ever since this takes me back to like the prequels, and it takes me back to when George Lucas was tinkering with things.
For whatever reason, this particular segment worked for me.
Yeah, and
I enjoyed it.
And understand, I'm not complaining or arguing against the people that do like it, because I know I'm that person where I'm not here to tell people how to feel about Star Wars or anything. I'm not here to tell people because I'm having problems with it. You don't enjoy it. I'm not here to say, well, shit, ain't Star Wars. I remember when it was cool.
Right.
So I'm out. I'm not one of those people, man.
You're simply saying you can't enjoy it as much as everyone else because of these things.
Yeah. Star Wars.
And I'm with you.
Star Wars, it really causes a strong reaction from people, man. This is why I said I was going to repeat it again. Star Wars is that property where people are just extremely loyal to it, and they're just going to say, I like it no matter what, or justify, or validate, or make excuses for whatever they see. And then there's some people out there who just kind of being dickish about it, like, yeah, hell with Star Wars. You know what? I'm just not into Star Wars no more, And hey, you know what? That's cool too. My whole thing with Star Wars is that I'm not either one of those. If Star Wars makes something good, cool. If not, I'll wait for the next thing. But this right here is just something I'm not looking forward to watching every week now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. This fits into the category of what I've been so preaching about and sick of lately, along with the new Scream movie and The Matrix and Ghostbusters, where everything.
Did you finally see Ghostbusters?
No. I've just heard about it enough from everybody, even the people who love it. Is that it just trades so much on nostalgia. Hey, we got the Rancor here. Hey, we went back to the Sarlacc pit. We're showing you this from the comics. We're showing you this from the novels. And as long as it's being able to get that, that has that enthusiastic fan base that they know who is going to be wowed, they're going to just, they're not going to push to do more.
I don't want anybody to think that even the nostalgia is bothering me, because as much as I'm talking about the nostalgia and everything here, it all makes sense to me. It all makes sense to bring in a Rancor because he's in Jabba's palace. Somebody gave it to him as a gift because he has it there.
Sure. We talked about how, man, you got this palace, you ain't got no Rancor. Nobody gonna be scared of you.
He's like, now, see, motherfucker, I got a Rancor now.
Yeah.
Y'all leave me alone. The Sarlacc. Sarlacc pit makes sense because
does.
he was in it. He has to go back and get his his armor.
It's where he changed.
Yeah, so I'm not completely hating on this. I'm not. I'm just, man, my enthusiasm is just not there.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, I'll go for the next thing. Hey, Obi-Wan Kenobi, is that next? Cool. You know, that's fine. But this one,
That's right.
yeah. And we still got 3 episodes to go. No telling, something might turn around. But you know, I might even love the ending. I might be able to say that, hey, y'all, you know what? Y'all brought it back around. But still, for me, the majority of it has been like, I'm kind of milquetoast about it more than excited.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, like I said, I like this episode a lot better than last week. So I
do
feel
too.
like it's back on kind of an upward trend. It could keep it, if it can just keep going, but for the next week, even though I said that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm at this point now where I'm not excited, but I'm like, all right, we'll see what happens. You'll see what.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in the car, I can't get out.
Yeah, right.
Shit, all I can do is just go for the ride.
Right, exactly. You don't get there.
Yeah, exactly. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.